today I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of how to charge your Tesla. I'll be showing you here on my Cybertruck, but it's nearly identical in any Tesla you have. Let's first start with, how do you find a charger? Where do you find a station to charge? I'm going to find my navigation map. I'm going to touch the search bar of the navigation screen. When I do that, a few headings will pop up along the top. One of those is charging. When I click charging, it'll show me a list of superchargers, and also I can zoom in or out on the map and it'll show me the location of where all these chargers are. Once I find the one I want, I just click on it, then I'll hit the little navigation triangle, and the car then will navigate me to that charger. And again, this will charge faster knowing I'm navigating to it. Another way to find a supercharger is you can put into the navigation screen your destination, and it will show you superchargers along your route. So as I touch the navigation screen, if I touch it a second time, it'll drop down a little keyboard. So I'm going to type in Las Vegas, New Mexico Airport, because why not? As you can see, as it starts to configure, it'll eventually give me the stops along the way. It'll just include it in. So you notice there on the left, it'll show you that I'm going to arrive at the airport with 8% battery power left. Another thing to note, that there's multiple types of chargers or levels of chargers, 1, 2, and 3. Level 1 chargers are going to be what you use at your home, that they'll run off of like 120 volts. Those are painfully slow. It will take you sometimes days, with an S, multiple days to charge your car if you're using a 120 volt outlet. Then you have the type 2. Those, what you could also have at your home. These are more commonly at like hotels, things like that. These are referred to as destination chargers. So if you see destination charger on your screen, know that this is going to take probably 6 to 8 hours to charge your car. Most likely to something overnight and not something you're doing on a trip or to help you on your way. The quick ones, the superchargers, are using the DC voltage, and those will be labeled as such on the screen as a supercharger. All Teslas are going to charge in the back or rear of the car. Now, if you're in one of the other models, there's going to have a little light on the back fender they're going to pop open to charge. On the Cybertruck, it's right back here on the back of the fender. You just put a little bit of pressure and it'll open. There's a little button right here. If you're close enough to your vehicle and you hit that little button, it'll actually pop the port for you. Then from here, it's really simple. You just plug it in and you're charging. This is one of the main benefits of Tesla, is their charging network. If you notice, there's no screen, nothing like that on the charger itself. So you just plug it in and it knows your car is here. The charger just knows it. It will automatically bill it to your card on file. So if you're the owner, you had to have a car to pick it up. If you're renting or borrowing the car, then it'll go to the owner of the car and you settle that up with them later. While you're charging, the top left of your screen will give you the remaining time until you hit your set charge limit. You might have noticed in that last screen, it said idle fees. What is that? When you set your car to charge, or when it sets automatically, usually about 80%. Of course, you can adjust that down to lower or a higher percentage you want. But once it hits that level, let's say it hits 80%, it's encouraging you to move on to let someone else charge. What it does is it starts charging a fee. It gives you a 5-minute grace period. Then after that 5 minutes, starts charging you, and that fee increases the longer you're there. So you will want to stay close to make sure you can pull your car away within 5 minutes of it charging, or those fees will actually add up and they'll incur faster than the actual charging rate itself. Okay, let's say you want to charge at a non-Tesla supercharger. And again, unless it's just super convenient or it's at your hotel, something like that, I highly recommend looking for the Tesla superchargers. First of all, there's more of them. They're generally faster, they're generally open quicker, and they're generally more operational. They have less breakdowns than other networks. So you might just think I'm saying that as a Tesla owner, and I'm not. I do have other electric vehicles that are not Tesla, and I'm just telling you the Tesla supercharging network is by far the best of them. However, if you are charging at a hotel, or if you have a home charger, something like that, and it's a type 2, you will have an adapter like this. Most of these carry in your Tesla. I know I leave one in mine. You'll have a male end here that plugs into your car, your Tesla, then your other female end, which will take the other kind of charging network there is. Now again, this will only work at like a destination, a type 2 charger. If you're looking at a supercharger station that's a non-Tesla, like a Electrify America, for example, you have this big, large, bulky adapter, and also on the Cybertruck, you need an extension to have it work. So that's not a feasible option, and very few Tesla owners have these or carry these. So again, I recommend looking for a Tesla supercharger, and if you know you're going to charge at a destination charger that's not Tesla branded at a hotel, make sure you have this little adapter here. I mentioned earlier about how your car will almost naturally fall to an 80% default charge setting. You can adjust this from the screen of your car, whether it's you need less time, which is rare, or if you want more time. Now, generally they'll charge at 80% because it's a high usage station and they're trying to get you to move on to the next level. But you can just drag this over to 90% or even beyond 95%. And you'll see right there, it tells you, hey, do I want to keep this one time or I want to keep this always? Because it recommends you to keep it to 80%. So I'm usually just going to select this one time. Now you can see it's going to charge at 90%. And that's going to take my time from only being about 8 minutes left to about 25 minutes left. Another thing to note about all electric vehicle charging, not just Tesla, you will charge much faster from that low level of say 5 to 10% up to that 80%. Past 80%, your charging slows down dramatically. And once you get above 90, 95%, it's even slower, which is part of the reason they suggest you to stop at 80%, but also you're conserving the life of the battery. Some supercharging tips Tesla puts on the screen. The 3 lightning bolts to find your fastest chargers. If you navigate, it preconditions your battery, charge with a low of 20%, and also try not to park right next to another car for optimal speed. Once charging completes, you'll see the little charging complete on the top left of your screen. You can see I hit the 95% mark, and then down on the bottom, it will show you what the charges you accrued during your charging session were. And now that I'm done charging, I can just press the little button on the knob, which I'll show you in a second, and it'll come out. It's important to note that your car does need to be unlocked for this to happen. If your car is locked, you will not be able to get the port out. Notice there, I got a little green light, and as I press it, it's gonna turn white. Then I can pull out and hang it back up. Supercharging complete. If this video was a help to you, please subscribe to the channel, help support us, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button.